On the home front, a scathing indictment of the Federal Bureau of Investigation from House Republicans. Last week, GOP members of the House Judiciary Committee released a 1,000-page report listing abuses of power at the FBI, which they believe undermines the fundamental mission of the Bureau. Well, here to share his thoughts is former U.S. Special Agent Eric Caron. Mr. Caron spent months investigating obstruction of justice at the CIA. So, Eric, it's good to talk to you again. Okay, based on this Judiciary Committee report, in your opinion, just how politicized, weaponized has the FBI become?
Well, Gary, thanks for having me. Well, I think I said it on your last show I appeared on. The FBI needs a colonoscopy, but unfortunately the cancer spread and this patient can't be saved. I believe the FBI needs to be abolished, and I think we will see that under a new Congress. There will be a push to abolish the FBI and divvy up their responsibilities with the other 6 or so federal agencies. The Department, of course, of Injustice under the Biden administration has trampled on our First Amendment, the cornerstone of America. It's shocking, and it should shock everybody. I call the Democratic Party now the Communist Democrat Party under Joe Biden. The First Amendment, Gary, as you know, is the cornerstone of America. And we're supposed to be able to express ourselves freely without government censorship. And that's happening in America. That happens in third world countries. It shouldn't happen here in America, and it has happened. The Supreme Court, Gary, as you know, has talked about the content neutrality. It leans on content neutrality. It's basically saying the government can't restrict speech just because you feel uncomfortable or you think it's offensive. The government cannot do that. And under Joe Biden, that's been happening over the last 2 years.
Yeah, we've been seeing that. We've been seeing that, haven't we, at school board meetings, also outside Planned Parenthood and so forth. FBI whistleblowers, Eric, provided the committee with details alleging there's a systemic culture of unaccountability of the FBI. The Bureau is, quote, full of rampant corruption, manipulation and abuse, and they blame the leadership rather than the agents in the field. And the Republicans at the House Judiciary Committee say the FBI leadership is rotted at its core. So do you agree or disagree? And what are your thoughts of Trump-appointed Director Chris Wray?
Well, Chris Wray needs to go. He needs to be fired. Like I said, the FBI needs to be abolished. I've been saying this for the last few months, actually. This is not new for me. Again, let's look at the history. The FBI spied on a presidential candidate. The FBI spied on our president by lying to the court, and they knew the lies were in those affidavits, and they still got the affidavit to spy on our president. That's un-American. And as been reported, there's a whole department, if you will, agency spying on us under the Department of Homeland Security. They're in partnership with big tech today, spying on Americans, partnering with big tech to censor our free speech. It's been going on for years. It has to stop. It has to stop. And how do we know that? We know that by the Hunter Biden scandal, that they kept quiet. They partnered with Facebook and others to keep quiet before the election. We know that with COVID-19. COVID-19, we can't talk about and have a disagreement relating to the vaccines because that's going to get censored. That's unbelievable to me.
Well, do you think that's going to change under Elon Musk at Twitter? And maybe he's laid off a lot of people there. Maybe that's what we need at the FBI as well.
Yeah, we sure do. Like I said, the FBI needs to say, get fired. They need to get fired, go away. The Department of Injustice, they need an overseer. Congress needs to appoint somebody to oversee all their actions. We've seen what the Department of Justice has been turned into the last 2 years.
Well, let me ask you about this because, many people will defend Chris Wray and say, look, he's just doing what he's been ordered to do by the Attorney General.
Well, you know what? You're right to some extent, but Chris Wray needs to grow a backbone and resign if he believes that laws and our rights are being trampled on. He doesn't have to stick around for this. He's part of the conspiracy to infringe on our rights. So Chris Wray should do the right thing if he believes that there's violations of law and by the Department of Injustice in the White House. He should just resign and step away and in protest. I don't think we'll see that. Congress will impeach Joe Biden under a new Republican leadership. Joe Biden will be impeached for high crimes and misdemeanor, for sure.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Former U.S. Special Agent Eric Caron. Thanks, Eric, for sharing your insights. We appreciate it.
God bless and stay switched on, my friend.
You too.